why don't they just send it to the state, and that may help the state determine if that's something they've already disclosed?
I will tell you why they won't, because that is my former team, and they will not do anything to help my investigator, my paralegal. They won't give us any information that they found. They won't talk to us at all because apparently there was a conflict. So they will not help us. They will not send us anything. They will not email us anything. They will not answer anything that we ask them to. So that has been the response from my former defense team. That's where we are.
All right.
Wow.
Do you know, and maybe your advisory councils can speak to this, did they turn over a file to you, or did you have to start from scratch?
No. From what I understand, all they turned over was the 22 terabyte hard drive, and that is it. They didn't turn down any notes, any work product, nothing that they had done to that point. Continue to stand by that today, even though a lot of that information I gave to them, they would not give it back to me.
All right. I'm going to make an order, and it'll be in the minute entry that they turn over a copy of their entire file, including any mitigation information that was gathered to the advisory council. Makes excuse look like you want to say something.
I don't know.
Do extractions, you're not ready for trial. So in order for him to do the work that he's requesting, getting copies of a laptop or a cell phone or whatever the case may be, that's going to take him time to extract and analyze and then prepare a report. Months, maybe.
I understand that, Your Honor, and I'm hoping he can do it in an expedited manner. I requested him from OPDS on January 14th. He got approved on March 7th.
Well,
from OPDS.
You're the one pressing for your speedy trial, so you kind of have to make a decision on we're set for trial. You want to go to trial, or you want to have him do that work that you want? Because I don't think both are going to happen. Even if he got the laptops today, generally those types of things can take weeks, even months to analyze and prepare a report on.
I understand that, and I also understand that I've only been given 10 hours for him from OPDS, right? So if he could spend 10 hours this week getting them ready, then he can give us a report with the best that he can do.
Months, if not over a year.
More than a year, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And he was just approved by OPDS last week, Your Honor.
I thought you said he was approved. You applied in January.
I applied for him in January, and last Friday, he got approved.
Again, this is one of those things where you have to weigh your options on whether it's worth it to get a continuance so you can have your defense do the work that you want done on your defense. But if you're telling me you don't want to do that.
I would like to do that, but my situation in my housing department precludes me from doing that.
From asking for a continuance?
No, from getting things done in an effective and quick manner.
Okay. All right, well, so you're telling me you don't want a continuance because any information he has at this point could be precluded as being untimely.
I understand that is the rule, and I understand how unfair and prejudicial that was.
Lori Daybell appeared in a Phoenix court Tuesday morning for one final hearing before her conspiracy trial begins. Last week, the so-called Doomsday Mom was in court where a judge heard arguments regarding her case, including whether cameras would be allowed in the courtroom during the trial. Daybell is accused of planning of her previous husband, Charles Vallow. It was allegedly motivated by Vallow Daybell's religious beliefs and a $1 million life insurance policy that Charles owned. Charles was by Vallow Daybell's late brother, Alex Cox. Cox had said that Charles, after a fight involving a baseball bat. Lori Vallow Daybell is also accused of the attempted life-taking in connection with her ex-nephew-in-law, Brandon Boudreaux. In Idaho, Valo Daybell was found guilty of taking the life of Tylee Ryan and Joshua J.J. Valo. She was also found guilty of her role in the life-taking of Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's first wife. Lori Valo Daybell was sentenced to life in prison in Idaho. Chad Daybell was found guilty of taking the life of J.J. Valo, Tylee Ryan, and his wife, Tammy Daybell. He was sentenced to the death penalty. So what's next? Lori Valo Daybell's conspiracy trial is scheduled to begin on March 31st. A trial date for the Brandon Boudreaux case has not been set yet. But as you can clearly see, she's in court saying all kinds of things today, like the fact that her prior defense team did not turn over all of the information in case files that she wants, that the prosecution is not giving her a complete witness list from over 5 years ago, including current addresses, contact, phone number, email for each of those witnesses. And she's just sitting there getting into too many semantics, nitpicking. She's asking the court for a speedy trial. However, she's also sitting there saying, well, because of my housing, because I'm locked down 23 hours a day and I don't have a cell phone and Wi-Fi connection and I don't have a laptop and I don't have any electronics, it makes it really hard for me to even talk to people. That's what your defense attorney is for. That's what their job is. She's basically insinuating because she's physically not able to just do whatever she wants and get out and work on her own defense, that she's not able to complete a fair defense for herself. And I think that's kind of weird, because isn't that the job of the defense attorney? Isn't that the defense team's obligation to do that? But overall, in this whole saga, she really displays a lot of narcissistic traits. And to me, that's just insanity that, you sit there and act like and this is a thing that has always driven me crazy. The fact that somebody acts like they are so much smarter than anybody else. Like, you ignore the fact or completely just skate over the fact that there are a lot of really intelligent, beautiful, talented, amazing human beings in the world. The fact that anybody is like, I'm so intelligent, that just drives me insane. And it always has. I hate when people do that. I just really have a dislike for anybody that thinks they are the smartest person in the room. Okay? You're shackled. You're shackled. You're already spending your life in prison. All right? You're lucky that you weren't given penalty for taking the lives of many people, including 2 of your children. Now, this right here, and you're going to still act like you're the smartest person, not only in the room, but in the courtroom. Like, you do not have the right to sit there and act like you are the smartest person in the whole room, and you're just playing games, playing semantics, playing nitpicking, playing microanalyze every little detail to waste the court's time. It does not make you the smartest person in the room, and this is coming from somebody who actually believed all of this religious craziness with the whole doomsday thing. She actually believed that only 140,000 people were going to survive, and that she was going to play the Grim Reaper, that she was going to take it into her own hands, that she was going to play God, and that she was going to take the lives of all of these other people. It's no coincidence that the people whose lives she was taking, she stood to benefit from insurance money. And it was also people that she wanted out of her way, so then she would be free to just marry again. Because, she was on husband number 5? Wasn't Daybell Chad Daybell was husband number 5, I believe, or 6, something like that. She's probably like, hey, I've already been in court for divorce like 4 or 5 different times and been through this process. I'm just going to go ahead and take the life of my current husband so I can get him out of the way. And not just him, but Chad Daybell's wife too. But yeah, you're going to sit there and act like you're the smartest person in the whole courtroom when you actually believed all of that religious conspiracy mumbo jumbo that Chad Daybell just pulled out of thin air. You can't be that intelligent if you really believed that, because the world didn't end, and 140,000 people aren't the only ones standing on Earth right now in 2025. So you don't look like the smartest person in the room Lori. I don't know. You tell me what you think.